Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome to another review of a vintage fountain pen. This time I have for you a little beauty. You can recognize it by the famous clip. Yes, we have a Parker, and this model is a Parker 75. But this isn't a ordinary Parker 75, and I want to zoom on it to show you the beautiful material of this fountain pen. This fountain pen was made in France and it is part of the Lacquer Parker 75 collection. It was shortly produced from 1979 till 1983 and it is called wood grain with Chinese characters. The Chinese characters are right here. There are in green. They are quite faded away to zoom on them as much as I can. So I hope you can see them in this lighting. So this is the two Chinese characters, and here, quite faded, we have Lacquer. Lacquer. Okay, this is quite a rare Parker 75 because, as I told you, it was produced only for 40 years between 1979 and 1983. It was produced in France. It is completely out of brass, and here the brass elements, you can see them, and this is covered with this lacquer. This lacquer, man, it stood the test of time. It has some scratches, as you can see on it, but no major problems. On the cap we have faded imprinted Parker. The cap is friction fit. It reveals this wonderful grip section, which was designed specially for the Parker 75 by the founder, by the son of the founder of the Parker. This is the signature design of this fountain pen, and I love the fact that it has those faceted gripping points. They are quite well done. They end in this steel ending of the grip section. We have here a beautiful Parker nib. Look at it, look at this beauty. 750, it is the gold content. France. You know that the fountain pens made in France, in order for them to say they have a gold nib, they must have an 18 karat gold nib. So if you have a fountain pen from France and you're not so sure the content of the gold, well, it's superior gold, 715, 80 carats. France. And on the back, we have M, the size of the nib. Of course, the barrel and screws. And you can use on this cartridges made by Parker or converters made also by Parker. They are proprietary. I love the fact that this is metal. I don't like so much the fact that this is plastic. It can be fragile in time. Although it's quite a thick plastic, you know, I don't like this aspect of the fountain pen. So it's quite a beautiful fountain pen. And if you want to know more about the history of the line of the Parker 75, you can watch my other video where I review another Parker 75 from my collection. Unfortunately, I don't have it here with me. It is on loan to a dear friend of mine. She wanted to see how it writes. So unfortunately, guys, I don't have a Parker cartridge, my shame, lying around. So I will do the writing sample just by dipping this nib and this feed in ink. I hope that it will be a relevant writing sample. Some people told me, and Um, I agree with them. You must fill it with ink. You must proper fill it with ink to have a proper writing sample. But now I observe something about this nib. You can see a slight bend here. I hope it doesn't take off over its performance. By the way, I will leave the dimensions of this fountain pen on the screen. It should have the same dimension as every Parker 75 out there, but we will see. Bear in mind but that these dimensions are without the ink cartridges and without ink inside of it. Okay, for the ink, I will use this Faber-Castell turquoise ink. Okay, I just need a tissue. Let me open it. Okay, I will dip the fountain pen in ink. Okay, now let me gently clean it. Okay, remember to close the ink bottle. Now let's test. Yes, it can be posted, but in order for you to not ruin this wonderful lacquer material, I recommend that you won't post it, but this depends on you. So I have here a Parker 75. This particular model was produced between 1979 and 1983, and it is a wood grain lacquer with Chinese characters or symbols. Okay, sorry about that. Let's give it a little zoom. I want to show you how it writes. Let's test how juicy it is. Quite a juicy nib. Let me now test its line variation, no flex. A beautiful 18 karat 750 gold nib. By the way, this was made in France, so made in France. Quite a nice writer, as you can see. Let me see the pressure test. No pressure and pressure. Quite nice. And the classic, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Quite a nice fountain pen. I am proud that I bought this fountain pen. By the way, it cost me only 200 lays with the shipment included, and this means approximately 40 euros or 50 American dollars. Quite a reasonable price for a fountain pen with this beautiful golden nib. This was my review of this wonderful pen. Thank you guys for your time. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. Wherever you are, I wish you to have a nice day. Again, thank you for your time. See you again at the next episode. And till then, bye bye.